there, this is Creation Images, where I share my in-the-field landscape photography, the skills I've learned over 20 years of hiking and backpacking in the wilderness, as well as the insights and the inspirations that I've received along the way. If you're new here, go ahead and click on the subscribe button and ring the bell below so that you can receive notification every time I come up with a new adventure. Anyway, I hope this video is helpful to you, and I really appreciate you being here, so thanks for watching.
Welcome everyone. In my last video, you were able to check out my whole adventure with coming up to Iron Mountain and digging a snow cave to sleep in last night. It was a lot harder than I thought it would be.
Actually, it was exhausting. It took me 20 hours to travel, hike, film, dig, settle, and photograph myself carving out a snow cave shelter in the wilderness. But anyway, in that whole process, I learned the value of gratitude for what I've got. Today I was going to need to learn that lesson again, the hard way. My only real agenda for the rest of the trip was to enjoy what I had made and to explore the mountain through photography. Of course, I had high expectations for myself. All of this effort and time to get up here needed to result in some amazing photos. That is why I was here, after all. But I was so very, very tired and just wanted to rest. Instead of getting up and hiking to the saddle for sunrise, I stayed in my cave until noon, eating, listening to music, reading, resting, and just enjoying the fruits of my labors. There was nothing wrong with that. There would be time for photography later, I justified. It wasn't until 4 p.m. when I finally headed up to Timberline and at the saddle between Iron Mountain and Thunder Mountain.
So this is going to be my first shot for the evening. It's nothing too spectacular, it's just this panorama of these three peaks here. So it's nothing too spectacular, but it does feel good to get one in the can.
I continued to wander around taking handheld shots as experiments. It was a way to scout potential keepers when the light got really good. None of this scouting resulted in an amazing shot. The light wasn't that good, the composition wasn't that stunning, but always in my mind I was in the process of capturing a masterpiece. I was just really excited.
And then I also got some really good light up here on those crags and the rocks in the foreground and the trees and the snow.
This excitement was innocent in a way. I was so caught up in the moment and the magic of the place that it really didn't matter what I was shooting. I was having the time of my life.
Just beautiful, gorgeous side lighting on it. So it paid to experiment with compositions and scout everything out first. Wow, the light is just fantastic right now. As you can see, the sun keeps coming through the clouds there, and it's just lighting up all these mountain ranges here. And I've got the rocks here in the foreground in my composition, and the light up there on that mountain, the shadow in those mountains, the wind blowing the snow off the ridges up there. It's just awesome.
I picked my final composition for sunset. I envisioned a full panorama of the scene with snowy rocks in the foreground, separated trees in the midground, rugged peaks in the background, and a sun star out on the horizon. I was ready. I was so excited in the moment of sunset that I rotated my camera on the tripod head too fast and ended up with blurry sections that ruined the whole shot that, if I'm honest, wasn't really that great to begin with.
Well, I'm not so sure if the panorama turned out. That was an awful lot of landscape to try to get all lit up at the same time. But I tried several different ones. One that looked pretty good, I actually moved the camera a little too fast and one of the pieces got blurry, so that one won't turn out. But when I get them home, I'll stitch them all together and find out which ones worked out the best. And there may be some pieces of the panorama that turned out really good. And then I also took a couple other shots afterwards that were more zoomed in towards the sunset. So I bet something out of that photo shoot is going to turn out great, and I can't wait to get home to look at that. So I'll pull those up as soon as I get them all processed together and show them to you as well. It's just tremendous up here, just absolutely gorgeous. And I'm really glad I put on all my layers because I'm getting really cold, which means it's time for me to head back down to my nice and toasty snow cave.
Deep down, I knew that I didn't have anything noteworthy, but I refused to believe it until I got home and really looked at my work with an objective eye. I had let my high expectations get to me, and when I realized that there were no portfolio shots here, I felt let down. I needed to remember the lesson of the snow cave. I had felt such peace and contentment because of the gratitude I felt from the process. Living the dream isn't about results. Win or lose, it's about playing the game. I would never trade my excitement of shooting a beautiful, snowy Alpine sunset with the cold calculation that may have been required to rotate my tripod head with precision. Besides, if the light had been perfect and the composition gods lined everything up perfectly for me, what pride could I take in that? I have no control of the sun, the weather, nor the placement of the trees. But I do have control of getting in the arena of my choice and playing the game with passion. Having the opportunity to try is where gratitude is the most powerful. Sharing that profound truth with you just makes it even better.